All right, good evening and welcome to this 3-hour yoga for realization, recovery, and resilience. My name is Brian, and I'm delighted to be with you today. Today's practice is going to be a exploration of the five Tibetans. So the five Tibetans are a series of five movements that are purported to have arisen in the monkhood of higher planes of Tibet and are designed as a practice to be done daily for keeping the spine youthful and the body invigorated. We will actually do 5+1, and we'll see how that goes. So we're going to explore that. If you're new to the five Tibetans, just be kind to yourself and be gentle and just work your way into it. Remembering you can always come back to this video on the channel and watch it afterwards. So you don't have to be writing things down or remembering things. As always, we remind ourselves of our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So please ensure that you have all the supports that you need for your practice today: blocks, straps, bolsters, eye shades, blankets, whatever it is that you require for yourself in your practice. Secondly, you might want to take a moment, clear your passageways. Being able to breathe is critical to our ability to be involved in our present moment selves. And so we want to make sure that we have that capability unobstructed. So we'll land and we'll set our intention, we'll raise low gratitude, and then we'll move into this exploration of the 5+1 Tibetans. So find yourself in a supported posture, whatever that means to you. Rooting into whatever part of your body is in contact with something, feeling the physical sensation of connection between your body and whatever it is in contact with. Bring your awareness to those places of connection, of contact, that physical sensation as support. What is it like to be supported in this moment? Feel into those supports as you imagine you could root down, extending roots through whatever part of your body's in contact, down into the earth beneath you, holding you steady and sure. And from that rooting down, I invite you to lengthen through your side body, lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your crown. Experiment with tucking the chin to feel the back of the neck release so that you can feel the entirety of the spine from the base to the crown. And notice for yourself what occurs in your body and in your psyche as the spine elongates and aligns. Maybe you feel the energy body engaged. Maybe you feel the chest expand and the heart open. Well, notice for yourself whatever shifts as you align and elongate the spine. And then rooting down, keeping the spine long and aligned. I invite you to come into the present moment by coming into the breath. Bring your awareness to the breath. Find the inhale as it appears underneath the nasal passages. Begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils. Following the inhalation all the way in, and the exhalation all the way out. Full inhale down into the body cavity, down to the base of the body, down to the pelvic bowl, down to the abdomen, rib cage, sacral area, down to the ribs, whatever access you can find for your breath. Allow it to come deep into the body. Note the subtle turnaround and then gently exhale, releasing everything that is no longer needed. Paying special attention at the bottom of the exhale, maybe a little extra tug on the diaphragm to remove that last little bit of air from the lungs so that the next inhale can fully ingest into the body. And keeping your awareness anchored at the breath, just be right there with each inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, I invite you to allow your hands to float to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. Maybe the left hand over the heart, right hand over the left. Maybe the hands in prayer, thumb knuckles resting lightly. Feeling the connection between the hands and the heart, the beating of the heart beneath the hands. And as you feel into that connection, I invite you to allow to arise in your heart space, in the center of your being, gratitude. A sense of gratitude, maybe a person that made it possible for you to be here, any one thing for which you are grateful. Maybe today, just the possibility of gratitude. It doesn't matter. Just see what arises for you as gratitude is called for. And whatever it is that arises when gratitude is called forth for you, I invite you to anchor that gratitude right there at your heart space and keep it there. And then continuing to be with your breath, breathing in and breathing out, and knowing that you're breathing in and out. With your gratitude centered in your heart space, I invite you, if you choose to set an intention for your practice today. Perhaps a simple intention to just be right there with each inhale, or to keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space. But whatever your intention is, I invite you to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice, as if it is already done. And then listen as the echoes of your intention reverberate in your being. And on your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhalation. And as you exhale, I invite you to bow your chin to your intentional and grateful heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention as I say, Namo, Namaste. And release the hands, lift the chin, take a full inhale and a complete exhale. And then bring yourself to a standing posture on your mat. And we'll begin with this little exploration of the 5 Tibetans. Now, if you are new to this, you want to be just very gentle and kind to yourself. Remember, support precedes action. So find yourself supported here. We're in a standing posture. Feet are underneath the hips, soft ankles, soft knees, firm the hips and waist. Now, the first movement is going to be a rotation. So the arms will be out, palms down from the shoulder level, okay? Tuck your chin slightly so that you are not holding any tension in the back of the neck. And it is a simple rotation. You're just going to simply rotate clockwise. So you're going to turn your body clockwise. Now you can take this in little steps. So I'm going to demonstrate this in little quarter steps. Imagine you do a quarter step to the right, and then half step, and then 3/4 step, and then come back around. So that's the gentle and easy way, right? You just do that. You do this up to 21 times. So if you're new, you might start with 1 or 3 or 5 or whatever is right for you. If you get dizzy, stop, breathe, be patient and gentle with yourself. The idea is to stay centered in yourself and just be moving. So we're just going to work this. So be in your own practice. You're in the privacy of your own space by design, and just begin to do your circles. So whatever form that looks like for you, whatever number of steps you need to take for that rotation. As you get more practice in this, you might find that you can just basically do a 2-step, like about face for those of you that have that training in your drill in your background. And you also may notice that you want to disengage so that you don't try to hold your focus on something that will make you start to be dizzy. And this is a breath. You're breathing here. So it's a breath every time it's rotation, right? So halfway around on the exhale, halfway around on the inhale. And again, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Not too fast, not too slow. We're looking for that calm, steady center here. You want to stay focused on your internal interoception. Where is your body in space? This is an opportunity to be present with yourself as you work through the posture. Just working through this. You're keeping your own count, and then you just, when you're ready, when you reach the number that is right for you, somewhere between 1 and 21, you just come back to your standing posture, and you just breathe, centering yourself, allowing everything to settle. If you're like me, you may notice that you get a little bit of rotational aspect here, and you can begin to feel that in your body. And so you just allow everything to settle. My teacher used to say, imagine that you are a glass of water with sand in it, and as you move, you stir the sand up, and the water gets all cloudy. And then when you stop, you allow the sand to settle and the water to get clear again. 2 more if you're with me here. And last one, just moving in this clockwise movement. Come back to neutral and woo, take a breath, release the arm. Allow everything to settle, breathe in and breathe out. A full inhalation, a complete exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. All right, come down onto your mat on your back. The second of our postures is a leg lift. Now, we're going to modify this according to what's right for you. So first of all, find yourself on your back. Feet come together, heels and toes touching. Press through the heels, get long. Feel the length as you lengthen through the crown, and then imagine your side ribs are being gently tugged down so you feel your lower spine on the mat. Most of us have a little bit of arch there at the lower back. We're going to kind of see if we can resolve that to have the back down. Now, hands down by the side, palms down. For additional support, bring your thumbs underneath your sits bones. For even more support, bring the back of your palms to the SI joint at the top of the buttocks. These are your supports. Now, modifications here also. So the movement is simply going to be to lift the legs up and the shoulders and head. So you're sort of doing a V-up, if you will. Now, for additional support, just keep your torso on the mat. Just lift the legs. Or if two legs is too challenging, do one leg at a time. Scissoring. Find your practice. And again, anywhere between 1 and 21, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. And exhale, legs up, body up. Inhale, legs down, body down. And again, you're doing this with the modifications that are appropriate for you. At your pace, in the privacy of your own space, breathing into your own practice. Now you'll notice in many of these movements, the breath seems backwards. That is by design. This is how these particular movements are played out. So if you're a yoga practitioner like myself, you have a little challenge there because you're used to breathing a different way. So just feel into that. One movement, one breath. Maybe finding your ocean breath here, your ujjayi breath, a little tightening at the back of the glottis so that you can hear the breath in the nostrils. Feeling into this. Moving to the rhythm of your own breath. Work with the breath. Each movement a complete movement, so we're not going too fast, not generating momentum here. Working with the musculature and the ligature to be in the practice. Two more if you're with me. And then lower it in. Let the toes fall open. Turn the palms up. And just allow particularly the top of the shoulders and the upper back and neck to relax. Let the toes relax open. And just breathe here. Breathe down into the hip girdle. into that area that we're just working, into the hip flexors, into the back of the body, of the gluteus. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. Full inhalation. A complete exhale. All right. Our next posture is sort of a modified camel posture. So roll to your belly and press up so that you're standing on your knees. I'll do this sideways to you so you can see this. Now, options here, if you're more supported by curling your toes and pressing back into the ball of the foot and the heel, then do that. Otherwise, the tops of the feet are just on the mat. The hands are behind it. So imagine you have pockets in the back of your pants and you're just sliding your fingers down into those pockets. So the heel, the palm is at the SI joint. Fingers are extending down the glutes. Elbows coming together towards the back of your body. Now the movement is to inhale. You're arching and opening the spine, opening the heart, letting the head fall back, not too far. So the tendency here to get your neck going, we don't want that. We want to open through the throat. So we're trying to maybe keep a neutral chin-sternum relationship here. Anyway, you find your depth, and then exhale, come back, and the chin drops towards the chest, the shoulders round a little bit. So you're sort of arching and rounding the spine. And again, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Now, if you find that your feet require support, you can roll up the bottom of your mat, tuck it under the tops of your feet if your feet feel like you have problems. And again, you're just doing a number that's right for you. Anywhere between 1 and 21. Arching and rounding with the breath. Trying to feel into the shoulder blades coming toward each other as the heart opens. And the rounding of the shoulder caps coming towards each other as you exhale. Arching, rounding, moving the spine, long out of the knees, lengthen through the thighs. And then feeling into the hamstrings on the exhale. Feeling those attachments through the glutes. Moving with deliberation. Steadiness of focus. The idea is to find the center. Be in that strong, steady center. Two more up here with me. And then come back to neutral, come down onto your mat, onto your back. And again, let the integration occur. Let the toes fall open, let the palms fall up. Relax the shoulders and the lower back. Feel yourself supported as you breathe into the back of the body. Full inhales and complete exhales. Inhale here and exhale. Full inhalation and a complete exhale. Come sitting in Dandasana, staff pose, and we're going to move into our reverse tabletop posture, desk posture. So the hands will be outside and slightly behind the hips, fingers pointed towards the heels, and then walk your feet in, heels toward the hips so that your knees begin to bend. You can feel your feet pressing into the mat. That's your point of contact. Press into the fingertips and to the heel and the wall of the foot. So pressing into the feet, you begin to lift the hips and the buttocks, letting the head torso fall back. So this is your reverse tabletop posture. Inhale to this posture. And then on the exhale, you come back down. Now you can come back. The modification is to just come back seated, or you can let your hips fall back between the wrists, and then you just work. Inhale with the breath. Exhale, just come back down. Again, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. One movement, one breath, finding your center and working. Any number between 1 and 21. Be in your own practice. Do more if you're with me. And lower down. Release the legs. Roll down onto your back. Let your toes fall open. Let the palms fall up and integrate. Allow everything to relax. Breathing into the shoulders and into the hips. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. Take a moment here. Gently roll to your belly. Either direction, doesn't matter. And our last posture. Now, for those of you that are vinyasa type yoga people, you'll recognize these postures. We're in down dog. And then we're going to come through into an up dog. Now, the two differences are, as you come in up dog, the tops of the feet will not release. So you'll keep your toes pressed into the mat, the ball of the feet in contact. The other difference is, again, the breathing seems backwards, but you're actually going to inhale as you come into downward dog and exhale as you come into this modified up dog. And that is the movement. Again, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice, any number between 1 and 21, modifying as you need to, stopping where you need to take a break, feeling into whatever's right for you as you stay in the steady center of your own practice. Again, trying to avoid the whole momentum thing so that each movement is unique and discrete. A little difficult in this one because the body wants to move, but you can align your breath and find a way to simply be in each movement individually. Individual movement, individual breath. Two more if you're with me. And as you finish, come down onto the mat. Let your heels fall up and stack your palms underneath your forehead. Rest your forehead on your palms. Let your heels fall up and relax and breathe. Integrate. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Those are the 5 Tibetans. We're going to add the 6th. Some disciplines will have this 6th one. And it is a simple forward fold exercise. And again, the only difference from a vinyasa type effect is that the breathing is what's seemingly backwards here. So actually, what you're going to do is come standing tall in your mountain pose and then exhale completely. Inhale as you fold forward, releasing the head, releasing the hands. Exhale as you come back up. And again, move at your rhythm, your pace, your breath, and your practice. If you're like me and you're vinyasa types, then you find that you always have to check your breath. Because the habit of practice would be the reverse of this breathing. Which I find a wonderful practice of staying conscious. Being present with yourself. Noticing the tendency of the body to be habitual, just like the mind is habitual. The other tendency for me is to remember that the hands do not go up. Two more if you're with me. And again, come down on your back. Release the toes, the palms by the hips. Relax the shoulders and head and take a breath. Full inhale. Allow everything to settle and integrate. And notice your own experience. Feel into what has shifted for you. Check in with your gratitude and your intention. See where they lie at this point. Notice your energy and what has occurred in your body as a result of this simple practice. This practice is purported to be wonderfully freeing for the spine and for the heart, clearing any arterial, aortic blockages, allowing your blood to flow freely. Now, finding your breath here, full inhale. Complete exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. And gently make your way to a seated posture for our breath practice today. We're going to stabilize this energetic. So we heated the body through movement, got energy flowing through various postures. We're now going to stabilize this body through the breath. We're going to bring ourselves into the breath. You might want to take a moment to clear your passageways if you need to. And you want to stabilize yourself in your supported posture, whatever that looks like for you. We're going to be here for several minutes. We're going to do a steadying breath. We're going to do a box breath or a 5-5-5 breath. Now, you have options in the breath practice. So the breath practice is simply we're seeking to find a 5-count inhale and a 5-count exhale. Now, as you feel into that, you may decide that you wish to add a little retention at the top of the inhale. Maybe you add a 5-count or maybe some portion thereof. And then even beyond that, if you choose at the bottom of the exhale, you may choose to add a light retention, any number 1 to 5. That's your practice, your pace, your rhythm, your choice. So be in your steady, firm, supported posture. Bring your awareness to the stillness of the body. You want the body to be still. In all breath exercises, the body is still. The awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. Focus at the brow point if the eyes are closed, at the tip of the nose, or just beyond the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrow. You want to be very still and focused here. We're just going to be breathing. I'll count the first 2 at my pace, but you're going to find your pace. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Slight pause. Exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Slight pause. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Slight pause. Exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the practice. That's the rhythm. That's the practice. The rhythm will be yours. You'll find your count and work with your own breath in your space. Make it as meditative as possible. I'm going to be as silent as I can be for most of this time so that you can feel into your rhythm and your practice. If you find that your breath becomes quiet and still, you're very focused, and you naturally just begin to add a little retention, then just go with that. Be in your own practice in the privacy of your space, supported through your own practices. Be very still and just breathe. Focus at the brow point or just beyond the tip of the nose. Very still. Body just resting in this breath. Mind just resting in this body. Just breathing in and breathing out. One more minute. One more repetition. Release the pattern. Allow breath to settle into its natural rhythm. Stay very still. Hold your awareness. Just be. Find your stillness. Rest in your own experience. On your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhalation. As you exhale, if you like, allow your chin to drop gently toward your chest. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, slowly let your eyelids flutter open. Bring yourself back to yourself. On your next inhale, bring your chin up, bring your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. Turn your awareness into your heart space and allow to arise once again, maybe one more thing for which you are grateful. See it clearly in your mind's eye, whatever that is, maybe just the possibility of gratitude again. And then witness yourself seated in gratitude or resting in gratitude in your space. And as you rest in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite you to stay here in grateful rest, perhaps lying down on your back for 3 to 5 minutes, just to let everything settle in. And whenever you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.